the Big Ten and all the defenses in this league. Fewest points per game allowed in Big Ten men's basketball entering today. Look at those Iowa Hawkeyes at just 63 points per game. We know about Penn State and Michigan State and these other teams who really perform at a high level on the defensive end of the court. And how about a former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, Rapheal Davis, to help us talk about the defensive end of the court. And when you look at the conference as a whole, there's individual players who really stood out to you, Rapheal. Let's get into some of the top defensive players as you see it, starting with Purdue, but one of their younger players, C.J. Cox, and how he's been able to make things happen.
I love how C.J. Cox has went about it this season. Now look at C.J. Cox. His stats, they may not jump off the board to you. You may look at, why is C.J. Cox on this list? But when you look at how he has just shut down offensive players this season, it has been highly impressive, and it's been against some of the best guards in college basketball, not just within the Big Ten. You look down at Alabama, my guy Filine, one of the better guards in the country, an NBA lottery pick coming up in this next draft. C.J. Cox holds him to 11 points, 5 of 14 from the field, just shuts his water off. You look at Tamin Lipsey, hold him to 9 points. You look at Christian Anderson, held him to 13 points on 15 field goal attempts. When I look at defense, I look at, can you stop your guy from scoring the basketball? But if he does get going, does the point total match the shot total? And C.J. Cox is one of those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch him defend, how feisty he is over there. Another player extremely feisty, not only on defense but on offense as well, is Jeremy Fears, and he really seems to set the tempo for Michigan State's toughness.
He's just the ball hawk. And you look at Michigan State, one of the best defenses in the country. It starts with Jeremy Fears. Jeremy Fears is a pit bull on a defensive end. He just does not care. He's in the passing lanes. He's great on the basketball. He will take your basketball like you are a little kid playing at the playground if you're weak with it. And then he just fights you. He's tough. He grabs you. He holds you. He pulls at you. He tries to make offensive players quit every single night out. When you look at Michigan State, the defensive end, that's where they make their money, and it starts with Jeremy Fears.
And the best players in the conference pretty often are not concerned about being popular with the opposing team's fans.
No,
Jeremy Fears
does not care.
Certainly does not worry about that. We were talking earlier about Minnesota and how close many of their games are. It feels like Langston Reynolds is a big one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I love Langston Reynolds because if Jeremy Fears, if he's a pit bull, you look at Langston Reynolds, he's a bulldog because he's 6'4", 215 pounds, can guard 1 through 4, and do it without any help side defense, and that's big time when you're talking about Defensive Player of the Year and his versatility. But there are 2 games that stuck out this season. It's the win against Iowa, holding Bennett Sturt scoreless in that first half. He got his 20, but it took his 17 shots in the second half to get there. And then that win against Indiana. Well, you saw Lamar Wilkerson last night go for 33 at USC. He held Lamar Wilkerson to 15 points on 14 shots. You look at Langston Reynolds, you look at Minnesota, how they're able to stay in games. Langston Reynolds is a big piece of it, especially with his defense.
Of course, the transfer portal can give it and it can take it away. And Adai Mara was one of the biggest names in the portal over the offseason. And he hasn't only added a post presence offensively for the Maize and Blue, but what he's done defensively has stood out to you.
Oh, yeah. I look at Adai Mara and what he does defensively, and I give him credit for guys like myself who won the Defensive Player of the Year award because of guys like A.J. Hammonds. I go back to my day at Purdue. When you have a shot blocker like an Adai Mara behind you or A.J. Hammonds, it gives you that confidence to press up defensively, to guard a little bit tougher, to cheat in the passing lanes. You look at Michigan defensively, he's averaging close to 3 blocks a game, only playing 20 minutes of contest. But it's the shots that he changes at the rim. It's the shots that he discourages from those little guards driving, don't want to get their shot blocked. So I know Yaxu could be on this list, maybe Righty Gale and Amari Burnett. But when you got big fella behind you, he gives you that confidence on those wings. And that's why they're able to defend the way they do.
And the career arc of Sam Hoiberg and how Nebraska has really turned into one of the elite teams in the country this season. The coach's kid is a huge factor in why, not only being the floor general on offense, but what he does defensively.
He's a thief on the defensive end. I love Sam Hoiberg. Sam Hoiberg is one of my favorite players to watch in college basketball because of his tenacity. He is always looking to steal the basketball. Second in Big Ten in steals per game, and when he gets that steal, he is great at pushing it and making the right decision on the offensive end. But he's in passing lanes, he stays in gaps, he answers the assignment, he answers the charge, he rebounds at a high level from a guard position. You look at their last game, you know you take that loss to Illinois, but Sam Hoiberg, at just under 6 feet, was their leading rebounder on that squad. So he's a player on your team that's going to guard the best player, that's going to get a few steals a game, but it's going to dive for loose balls, going to ramp up the crowd, going to be an energy giver. You need guys like Sam Hoiberg on your squad if you want to do something special in this conference, but especially you want to make a deep run to the Final Four. Sam Hoiberg is the guy.
The teams